why does it seem that I'm not reading that much, but in reality, I'm hitting all my goals? Hey there, welcome to Pen to Paper. I'm Leah, and today I'm going to be sharing the reads that I have accomplished for the month of May. I hit some of my goals, and some of my goals I didn't, and I'm going to share those with you right now. The goals that I didn't hit, I really wanted to read more fiction that was written by Asian authors. I do have one that I will be done for this month. Well, actually, it's a co-author. It is The Phoenix Crown by Katie Chang, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the other author. And I am buddy reading it with Margaret Pinard, and we're going to be on Margaret's channel this Sunday to talk about our thoughts on The Phoenix Crown. So please go ahead and check that out this Sunday at, I believe it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern, but I could be wrong. I will double check on that. So that I'm not going to talk about. I actually haven't even finished reading it. I am filming this Monday. We're going to be talking Sunday. So I have a whole week to finish it. I did begin reading it. I read the first 2 chapters and it drew me in right away. The beginning is great. It centers on the San Francisco earthquake, 1906, I believe, and she is, one of the characters is a botanist, the other one is an opera singer, so I'm looking forward to seeing how their lives interconnect more as the story progresses, because right now it's just kind of a chance encounter. The opera singer has gone to San Francisco to look for her friend, her best friend, who's supposed to be staying there. But when she gets there, she meets this botanist who is one of the boarders where her friend was staying. And then she finds out from this botanist that her friend just up and left and never left a forwarding address. But she needs to stay in San Francisco because she has a job as a chorus girl. So now she's going to take her friend's old room, and I can see there's a friendship happening with this botanist. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that progresses and how does the earthquake get inserted into that. And then it does jump to the beginning. In the beginning, it begins in 1911, so 5 years after the earthquake. So I'm just really curious to see how this all comes together. But so far, it is really well written. I am invested in the story, invested in the characters. I'm very much enjoying it. I did read 3 other books this month. Oh, the one that I really wanted to listen to as an audiobook, but it just wasn't available at my library, was Lady Tan's Circle. I forget the author's name. She is an Asian author, and this Asian story centers, I believe it's 15th century China. So I will be listening to it as soon as it's available as an audiobook back in my library system, and I'm interested definitely in, I started actually listening to it back in April, and I had borrowed it for a certain amount of time, but I just didn't finish it. I did enjoy it. It was, so far what I've read about it was this young girl whose mother dies from, I believe, an infection where they used to bind their feet very tight and they wouldn't grow. And her mother dies from an infection from that. And her mother's, I don't know if it's like a maid or aunt, family aunt, kind of takes her under her wing. And that's where so far I got. So I'm looking forward to reading that, because that also was written in a way probably not as engaging as The Phoenix Crown, but it was definitely written in a way that made me want to learn more and hear more of what comes next after this young girl's mom dies. So I didn't quite get to read more than one book written by an Asian author for the May Asian readathon, but I am, well, I did do some reading for that. So Definitely more in the future. That would be nice. Okay, so the ones that I did listen to read, I listened to Ferris by Marissa Meyer. And the Lunar Chronicles I've been wanting to read for a while. It's been on my radar for many, many years. And I was talking to my friend Marilee, who she used to run Sky's Book Chat, but she's no longer focusing on BookTube and books. She's more focusing on her business of creating the really cute, it's almost like fidget spinners, but they're not spinners. They're these little animals that kids can fidget with in class. And I'll definitely put her Instagram in the description below so you can check it out. Some really neat stuff. And she was telling me how the Lunar Chronicles have a great audiobook, like they're good audiobooks, so I should listen to them. But she told me to actually start with Ferris. So the first book is Cinder, which I'm now listening to currently. And then Ferris is like 3.5 in the whole series. And she said it would just help me understand better the evil queen, which is Lavina, I believe. So it was really well done. The narrator, she did a great job. And man, that evil queen, she's so messed up. She is totally delusional. But I understand why. She had a really tough upbringing. She has no friends. She's all by herself. Her sister's kind of psychotic. And her parents die and her sister becomes queen. And Lavina, I hope I'm saying her name right. I think it is. She is in love with this soldier who is protecting her. And he is trying to be a good friend to her because he realizes that she doesn't have friends. She doesn't have anyone she can lean on. He is married to a beautiful woman, and even his wife is encouraging him to be kind to the princess. She is so delusional. She thinks that he loves her, even though he has a wife and his wife is pregnant. She goes to the wife's shop. The wife is a seamstress and is very tempted to intimidate her. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, the evil queen, because it's kind of like a cyborg sci-fi series, the evil queen can change her appearance. They call it glamours. So after an unexpected and unfortunate thing happens to the soldier's wife, she dies and leaves him with a child. And after she dies, the princess puts this glamour and makes herself to appear like his dead wife. How psychotic is that? Very. And she basically can mind control him and does so. And over the next few months, she makes him kiss her, sleep with her, like just totally crazy. And then at the end, she wants to marry him because she thinks, that he really loves her and he's just faking it or pretending it, or he's being shy about it, that he likes her. And she says, well, let's get married. And he's like, well, do I really have a choice? Obviously he doesn't, because she's been mind controlling him this whole time. And so they get married and they have their daughter. Her sister is pregnant and has her daughter. And basically over the course of this book, I'm not going to say anything more, but you see how delusional she is. And because of her delusions, she progressively commits more and evil acts, which get her from a misunderstood and lonely princess to a queen that will cut anybody down in her path to get what she wants, where she wants to go. So it was a very interesting breakdown and journey progression of a character who is evil, who starts off making terrible decisions, but that leads her down a path to where she becomes evil. So definitely highly recommend Ferris. I believe I gave it 4 stars, I think. And that was that for that. So next I read The Voyant and the Mark of Malice by Sadie Hewitt. I'm not going to spend too much time on this here because I do want to give a single video review for this arc that I read, but think Pirates of the Caribbean, but in a Middle Eastern setting. There's treasure, there's curses, there's jinns, which I guess is like a genie, and magic. So if you like pirates and magic, this is a good book for you. It is pretty heavy on the sexual content and violence. So this is not a clean read, just to warn people who do not like that, or who do like clean reads. This is not a read for you. And that's all I'm going to say for now. I will expand on it at a later date. And then I also read A Court of Broken Promises and Nightmares. This is a Regency fairy tale twist. And I'm not going to say too much about this either because it is an arc, and I really do want to try to make a point to make single video reviews for arcs, because I'm an indie author. I understand as an indie author, it is difficult to put your work out there and to really have people give it the time of day. We just don't have the resources that big publishing companies do. So I really want to try to make sure that this is getting the due attention it deserves by itself. So I will say with this that it is a lot of fun to read through it and pick out the different fairy tales or Disney princess stories that we kind of grew up with and loved, and find those in this book. I mean, there's Alice in Wonderland, there's Sleeping Beauty, there's what else? I think Beauty and the Beast. I think I kind of saw a little bit of that. There might be more. Anyways, it's just kind of a fun little game you can do while you're playing that. But this is a clean read, and it was sweet. And that's all I'm going to say. So that's it. That's it for this month. I seriously don't feel like I'm reading that much, but I mean, I'm hitting my goals. I want to read 52 books this year. I'm one book ahead of schedule, so I guess that means I'm doing well, right? And I'm still in the middle of reading Thomas Hardy. It did kind of take, not Thomas Hardy, Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy. It kind of took a little bit of a backseat this month, but I'm looking forward to jumping back into it in June. Oh, I did not even think, what am I reading in June? Okay, I thought I was ready for this video. Obviously I'm not. Okay. Well, I'm going to just do it here on the spot. June. Finished Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy. I really want to get that done. I am enjoying it. I am at the part where, Jude is, we know he's in love with his cousin, Susie. And she has left her husband. He has allowed her to leave, and she wants to be with Jude. So we'll see how that goes. You know, back in those days, cousins were a thing. It's a little strange now to think of it. So Jude the Obscure, and then I'll be able to listen to Lady Tan's Circle in June. So I'm looking forward to that. And what else do I have? I did get a few indie books for my birthday. So I might pick up one of those. I'm not too sure which one yet. And maybe if I have time, I can put in which one is it now? The Liar's Knot, which is the second book to The Mask of Mirrors. And The Mask of Mirrors was amazing. I really, really loved it. So we'll see how The Liar's Knot, if I can fit it in. And what's new in terms of my books this month? Okay, so the sequel to Redeemed from the Ashes, which is titled Ghost of My Heart, came out this past Friday for the first time as a paperback ever. It was out as an ebook since 2018, but now it's out as a paperback. And this month, we finally recorded my missing chapter 4 of Redeemed from the Ashes, which is based on the Halifax explosion of 1917. It is coming out this month. I still need to figure out a date, need to look at everything that needs to get done still First, I'm going to send it to my advanced listening reader. So if you want to be an advanced listening reader and get first dibs on listening to it before anybody else does, you can sign up down in the section below, description below. And so because of that, I'm probably releasing it at the end of this month. But I'm just so excited. I've been wanting to release this project ever since I published my third novel, Unborn Melody. It's just really, really exciting. And then not only will I be releasing the audiobook for Redeemed from the Ashes, but I'm also going to be bringing in the original cast together, or at least I hope everyone. I'm not too sure about one of them, but I hope everyone can make it. And we are going to record Ghost of My Heart, which is the sequel to Redeemed from the Ashes, and kind of clinch up that chapter completely in all different formats. I'm excited for that. So that's it for this month. I'm looking forward to this new month of reading, but there's still one more week and I need to finish The Phoenix Crown. So remember, go to Margaret Pernard's channel on Sunday, I believe it's 2, and check us out. We're going to talk about it, and it's really, really great so far. If you like historical fiction, the early 1900s, and like it's good paced action, then you're gonna like this. All right, so see you then.